Good evening. Welcome into James L. Robb Gymnasium as we get set for an Appalachian Athletic Conference doubleheader from here in Athens, Tennessee, as Bluefield comes to town to face Tennessee Wesleyan. On the Lady Bulldogs side, they come in under Jason Smith in his second season, 6-12 overall. They are 5-8 inside the conference, currently in 8th place, so just 2 spots ahead of the 10th spot that they need to get in to the postseason play in Kingsport, Tennessee. On the other side, it's Bluefield, who comes in last place, 14th in the conference, as they come in 3-18 overall. They are 2-11 inside conference play, and were preseason tied for 11th, currently in that 14th spot. They are coming off a win against Appalachian Bible College, their biggest win of the season, 86-29, that they were able to take victory on before coming to Athens. Though for the Lady Bulldogs, it has been 10 to 11 days since they last faced off against Bryan on the road and lost that one 73-53. So it's been a long time off, time for them to get back into the gym and get some shots up here against Bluefield and see if they can get back into the win column, but also try to get their standings in the conference moved up quite a bit, because again, the top 10 teams go to the conference tournament in Kingsport coming up later on this month. So Lady Bulldogs will have to do that against the last place team in the conference here. They're 3-6 on the home floor, and we'll see what they can do when we come back. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Let's get set for your starting lineups here. For Bluefield, we'll start with them first. Again, they come in 3-18 overall. Jake Wright in his second season is the helm of the Lady Rams. They will start number 1, Chloe Shields, a 5'5" junior guard from Pittman, New Jersey. Number 2, Ashante Northcross, 5'4" sophomore guard, averages just under 9 points per game from Texarkana, Texas. Number 10, Charlie Wynn, a 5'5" freshman guard from Roanoke, Virginia. Number 11, Maddie Day, a 5'5" junior guard, averages just under 7 points per game. She hails from Tazewell, Virginia. And then the hometown girl from right there in Bluefield, or just across the line in Bluefield, Virginia. Number 12, Elle Gunner, 5'10" sophomore forward, 6.2 points per game, along with 6 rebounds per game for one of the 4 seniors on this ball club. Northcross comes in 5th in the conference in steals, so the senior guard will be out there trying to swipe the ball, averages just over 2 a game for the Lady Rams. On the other side, for the Lady Bulldogs, again 6-12 overall, they will start number 1, Sloan Carpenter, 5'6" sophomore guard from Cleveland, Tennessee, 7.2 points per game and 5.6 rebounds. Then number 2, Tally Lawson, the 5'7" junior guard, 8.7 points per game along with 5.5 rebounds from Decatur, Tennessee. Number 3, Julia Howard, the 5'10" sophomore forward, averaging 5.6 a game along with 4 rebounds, and she also hails from Decatur, Tennessee, of course. And then number 12, Cameron Brown, 5'5" freshman guard, 11.7 points per game to be the second leading scorer for the Lady Bulldogs. She hails from Sevierville, Tennessee. And then Jalea Lindsay, the leading scorer here for the Bulldogs, the sophomore forward, listed at 5'9", 13.3 points per game, and she is from Cleveland, Tennessee. So Lady Bulldogs hold the series advantage at least in the last 38 matchups, nearing that 40th mark. They average winning 21-11 on the scoring column against Bluefield. So advantage to the Lady Bulldogs. It'll be Bluefield with the ball first. They will have red uniforms, navy blue numerals trimmed in white. And their first attempt will fall off short. So Tennessee Wesleyan, the home white uniforms, will inbound it to a full court press. Lawson and Carpenter in the backcourt along with Brown. Now into the front court goes Carpenter with it. Carpenter calling out the signal. Man-to-man defense shown by Bluefield here. Brown with it, top of the key, drops it to Lawson. Now back to Brown, open for three. And Cameron Brown starts the Lady Bulldogs off with the lead, 3-0. Getting an early start here as Bluefield made the trip down with all the winter weather, and the assumption is want to get home as soon as they can, so move the game times up a little bit. It's going to be on the left wing. It's going to be Northcross with it. Now a drive into the left block, kick back to Northcross. She'll dribble in and kick out. They move it around the horn. Now Bluefield takes a shot as the shot clock was winding down. Gunner had to force that one. Tennessee Wesleyan gets another stop here. Chance to extend their lead. Carpenter sends it to Lindsay. Right back to Carpenter it goes. Here's Brown. Another three. She's hit another one. 8:30 to go here in the first quarter. And Tennessee Wesleyan already up 6-0. Again, Bluefield does come in last place. Wesleyan trying to use it to their advantage. Here's a drive, shot off the mark. Carpenter brings it near side. Down low, Lindsay with it. Lindsay kicks out to Howard, 15-foot jumper. Off to the left side. Rebound corralled there by Wynn. Wynn out front. Down low feed, it goes to Gunner. Gunner, 15-footer off the mark. Rebound collected here by Lawson. She'll push it to the middle of the floor. Crossover to the right. Drops it to Howard. She fakes the pass out. Now going to be a foul called against Gunner as Howard went driving across the lane. Inbounds coming from Carpenter. Kick out, Lindsay. Lindsay, baseline feed to Carpenter, and the ball deflected out by Bluefield, so Gunner will stay with it. Carpenter going to key it in underneath again. Howard to Carpenter. Short two-pointer, missed. Lindsay with a backside rebound. Shot clock didn't reset. Lindsay's putback no good. Now Howard fights for the tie-up. Possession arrow will favor the Lady Bulldogs. It's a good hustle here on the offensive glass by Tennessee Wesleyan. Again, leading 6-0 here. Carpenter gets it into Lawson. Lawson, low head fake, goes baseline. Nice shovel pass to Howard. Right side of the lane is good for Julia Howard. 7 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Oh, fake three by Shield. She'll have to pass it off. Gets it to Day. Day around a tough screen from Gunner. Back to Gunner at the top of the key. Over to Day again. Day takes a deep three, stepping into it, missed it. Long rebound, chased down by Shields. Lawson, though, just takes it away from her, but it'll go out of bounds. As Lawson, as soon as she pulled at it, it kind of went floating towards the sideline. So Lady Bulldogs will have to stay defensively set up here, man-to-man. Feed into Gunner at the high post. Layup on the left, no good. Rebound, Carpenter with it. She'll slow it down. Coach Jason Smith chatted with him before the game, and he's really anxious about this game. Sets up on paper to be the Lady Bulldogs' way. They lead at 8-0. Howard in the lane, going to travel with it. Kind of went up, left her feet real quickly, and tried to make a post move, but Could also be labeled a trap game after being off for nearly a dozen days due to the weather and forecasted craziness. Here's Northcross into the circle. Now a kick back. Another three for Bluefield off the mark. This time by Shields. Carpenter with it. Up to the left side. Brown. Now Lawson. Lawson, a little pump fake. Into the paint. Spins to her left. Fadeaway jumper is good for Tally Lawson. Lady Bulldogs up 10-0 already. Coming off of that 20-point loss on the road at Brown. Again, almost 12 days ago. Lady Bulldogs going to give up the 15-footer. A miss there. Gunner trying to rebound it over Howard. It'll sail out of bounds off of Howard, says the official. So substitutions coming for both teams. Tennessee Wesleyan is going to get freshman guard Jordan White into the game, number 10. 5'4" from Kodak, Tennessee. They also get Jada Edwards in, number 25, 5'9" sophomore guard out of Maryville, Tennessee. They will join Lawson, Lindsay, and Brown. Gunder and Northcross stay out for Bluefield, along with number 5, Abby Quinn joins. O'Quinn joins, correction. Bluefield's first points come from Zoe Snavely, who checks in, gets an offensive rebound. She's number 24, freshman guard out of Floyd, Virginia. Lady Bulldogs nearly turned it over. Backdoor cut, though, by Lindsay on the right side. Missed it. Got her on rebound and tries to save it and throws it right to Northcross. Northcross will clear it out back. Anna Smith, number 14, freshman forward, checks in from Waynesboro, Virginia, as well for Bluefield. She'll take the right side jumper and drills it. Bluefield still showing full court pressure. Ball nearly turned over. Now it is. Possession arrow is going to favor the Bluefield Lady Rams with 4:29 to go. Our first media timeout here from James L. Robb. Tennessee Wesleyan up 10-4. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back in 60. Here's Gunner on the drive. Loses the handle out of the timeout. So it'll be Tennessee Wesleyan's ball. Now blow the horn, but nothing there. Now a drive by the Lady Bulldogs. Results in Bluefield getting possession back again. 4 minutes to go in the quarter. Down low, Bluefield kicks it back out to Northcross. Kick back out, Gunner takes a long three, missed it. Brown will corral it. Bluefield dropping back to half-court defense. Here's Brown into Edwards. And a double dribble called on Jada Edwards down low. Looked like just kind of had both hands on the power dribble there. And it was a very quick call. So Bluefield will take Lauren Bragg, the substitution in, junior forward. 3.5 to go in the quarter. Northcross takes it to the right wing. Top of the key, gives it to O'Quinn. Quinn sends it left side. Snavely drives baseline. Jumper missed. Ball loose and a late whistle on the foul call. This one's going to be on Leslie Hames, her first for the Lady Bulldogs, who checked in during the timeout as well. She's a 5'11" freshman forward from Decatur, Alabama. Number 14, Anna Smith, makes her first free throw, cuts the deficit in half. 3:19 to play, and it's still 10-5. Missed free throw. Hames collects the rebound. White goes high post to Edwards. Lawson pump fakes, now hounded there by Smith. She'll get a screen from Edwards, goes all the way to the left side. Up off the glass is good for Tally Lawson. 7-point lead. Lady Bulldogs led by as many as 10 midway through the quarter. First field goal they have had in 3 minutes time. North Cross, top of the key feed to Snavely. She'll drive and dish over to O'Quinn. O'Quinn lost the handle. She'll regain it. White on her hip. 6 to shoot. Bluefield's going to throw it away on the sideline. It's a good pressure there by Tennessee Wesleyan to force it out front. So White going to signal it out. She'll work it to the far side. Brown comes to the near side. Edwards setting up for a high post screen. Hames takes the ball fake, 15-foot jumper. Fading away, Hames knocks it down. 9-point lead. Number 12, Gunner with the ball out front. High post feed, it goes to Smith. Smith, hesitation, dribble, spins into the paint. Fading away, and the jumper is good. Anna Smith, freshman forward, wearing the face shield, has stepped up big for Bluefield here. Three-pointer from Brown, missed it. Ball tipped out into the hands of Bluefield. Smith. Edwards was just trying to play it back out for Tennessee Wesleyan. Drive inside, and Bluefield's got another bucket. Cuts it down to a 2-possession game once again. Lawson, Bulldog logo at midcourt, sends it to Brown. Numbers for the Wesleyan team. Hames misses the three. Gunner gets the rebound for Bluefield. White gonna apply pressure back court. We've got a timeout called by Bluefield, so timeout on the court. Tennessee Wesleyan leading 14-9. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Out of the timeout, Bluefield with the ball. We'll get a substitution in, 23, Jemiah Joseph from Stafford, Virginia. She runs a point out front. Feed into Smith. Gets by Hames, but misses the lay-in on the right side. Wesleyan will clear it out. Lindsay, Edwards, Hames, Lawson, and Carpenter, the 5. Here's Lindsay. Three-pointer launched from the far corner, and it's in there. 17-9, 40 seconds to go here in the quarter. First quarter action. Gunner out to Joseph. Back to Gunner on the right wing, guarded by Lindsay. Calling for Smith to go to the low block. She gets the pass, and then a foul called. We'll see if this is going to be Hames' second. Nope, it's going to be Edwards' first. Team's second of the quarter. Gunner, long inbounds to the front court. Drive by Snavely. She'll kick it back to Gunner. Gunner into the paint from the high post. Up and under, layup no good. Ball tipped up. Carpenter able to corral it for Tennessee Wesleyan. Carpenter looks at Coach Smith to get the call. 6 seconds to go. Carpenter sends it over to Lindsay for three at the buzzer, off the back of the iron. So at the end of the first quarter, Lady Bulldogs still in front. Started out 10-0 in the lead, and now 17-9. They lead it at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back in 60 seconds, back in 60. Out of the quarter break, Tennessee Wesleyan with the ball. Carpenter. Berry out there, Courtney Berry at the high post, number 35. Brown, Hames, and Lindsay, the 5. Leading it by 8 right now, 17-9. Carpenter bounces over to Brown. Touch pass back up top. 3 seconds to shoot. Somebody's going to have to fire it. And it's going to be an air ball shot clock violation on the Lady Bulldogs out of the quarter break. So not the best opening possession there for Tennessee Wesleyan. Lady Bulldogs shooting 46%, Bluefield 23%. Another miss by Bluefield. Offensive rebound by Gabriel Rosado, senior center out of Puerto Rico. Loose ball turned over. Brown picks it up. Brown circles out on the perimeter to wait on her teammates. Drive and kick. Lindsay fires a three from the right wing. In and out. That one went off the glass. Hames went for the rebound and got tipped out of bounds by Bluefield. Actually, they're going to call a foul. Snavely's going to pick up her first for Bluefield. Team first of the quarter. Inbounds, Lindsay spins away from help. Here's Berry for three on the right side, off the back of the iron. Long rebound corralled here by Gunner. She'll push the pace. Bounce pass across to Rosado, and the layup is good for Rosado. Carpenter. High post feed to Berry. Got Brown open in the far corner. Instead, it's Hames near corner for three. Ball bounced around. Rosado will clear it out after Joseph helps. Wesleyan will have it side out of bounds. Berry, top of the key. Here's a drive by Brown. She'll go right wing to Hames. 8 minutes to play in the quarter. Carpenter with it. Now back to Berry in the high post. Finds an open Hames, far side, shot clock at 5. Hames three off the back of the iron. Wesleyan getting plenty of good looks, but cannot find the bottom of the basket. Down low, Joseph fades away as the defender Hames hit the deck. Joseph gets her own rebound, and the putback is good for Bluefield. Wesleyan still looking for their first points in the quarter. Lindsay knocks down the 2 quickly on the other end. Back to 6-point game. Gunner high post feed into Rosado. Rosado spins to the right side. Good defense by Barry. Forces the missed shot. Here's Haynes out to Brown. She'll wait on everybody else to come back. Now they find Carpenter wide open in the near corner. Three-pointer off the mark once again. Lindsay tiptoes the baseline, saves it all the way to the half-court line by Barry. 6.5 minutes to go. Feed into the far corner. Brown takes the three-pointer in and out. That one goes. Wesleyan going to keep chunking up the threes. They are second in the conference in three-point shooting at 33%. They're under 25% now. 3 of 13. Leading at 19-13. Gunner takes a shot, might have gotten deflected. Haynes ends up with the air ball. Looked more like a pass coming out of the hands. Carpenter across midcourt. She didn't establish possession in the front court. The official's going to talk this one over. It looked like Brown at least had 1 foot over. So there will correct that call. Brown had a foot on the line and over, so no argument from Bluefield's coach Jake Wright there. So Wesleyan and Bluefield will get some substitutions in. Day into the ball game. Howard and Lawson back in here for the Lady Bulldogs. We're going to reset the shot clock to 25 seconds, 5:50 to play in the quarter. Carpenter comes to the right side, goes opposite of the screen. Now here's Lindsay from the far corner. Lindsay drives, spins, middle of the paint. And going to call her for the travel before she can get the pass off. 5:36 to go in the quarter. Substitution, Northcross back in as Elizabeth Smith will sit for Bluefield. Again, Lady Bulldogs trying to get back in the win column after having over a week off, week and a half off. Northcross goes to the right wing, keeps her dribble, crosses over into the paint. Running floater is good for Ashanti Northcross. Bluefield's cut it to a 2-possession game with 4 points deficit. Here's Carpenter around the screen from Howard. Pick and roll cut off. Lawson will try it. She'll find Carpenter far corner. Brown top of the key. Third in the conference in three-point percentage. Instead, she'll elect to take the 15-footer from the right elbow and drills it. 4:55 to play. Northcross slowly walking it across the time stripe. Bluefield trying to set up a double screen at the top. Northcross comes left side of it, gets fouled on the shot, misses it, but the foul was going to be called on Howard. Her first, team first of the quarter. And with 4:41 to go, the under 5 media timeout coming here. Wesleyan leading at 21-15. We'll be back in 60 seconds, back in 60. Back here from James L. Robb Gymnasium, Northcross is going to step to the line for 2 free throws. She is a 66% shooter on the season. Missed the take inside, but she'll get the 2 free throws here. Misses the first one. Northcross just under 9 points a game from Texarkana, Texas. Left-hander will step back to the line. Second one missed, but there's Anna Smith with another rebound. Possession arrow on the jump ball will signal it to stay with Bluefield's end. 4:38, 21-15. Lady Bulldogs leading this one. Started out on a 10-0 run. Actually, it's going to be, well, Wesleyan was set up to inbound it, but, yep, possession arrow on the scorer's table must have been different from the one on the scoreboard. So now they get that adjusted. Gunter, quick inbound to Smith. Smith, fadeaway jumper off the glass is good. Once again, a 4-point game. Wesleyan led by 10 midway through the first. Now midway through the second, they only lead it by 4. Or under midway. Here's Carpenter. Drops it off to Lindsay. High post feed to Howard. Carpenter. Back to Lindsay. Lindsay, 3-pointer launched. Again, off the back iron. They've all been consistent for Tennessee Wesleyan. Here's Brown off the right side of the lane. Got bumped on the floater. And Bluefield will collect the long rebound in the far corner. Near side left open. Snavely's going to fire the triple. Off the backside rebound. Anna Smith once again. Smith has already got 5 points, 2 rebounds. Out front, Gunner and Northcross with it. Northcross dribbles to the right. Smith to Gunner. Gunner back to her. Smith, fadeaway jumper. Finally misses one inside. Lawson collects the loose rebound. Carpenter brings it near side. 3:25 to go. Second quarter of action. Brown, top of the key. Step back 3. Still cannot buy a long shot here. Possession arrow, we'll say it was jump ball, so it'll stay with Tennessee Wesleyan. Brown and Edwards return for the Lady Bulldogs. Number 10, Wynn, and number 11, Day check back in here for Bluefield. Shields. There's a 3-pointer, finally the lid off the basket. Lady Bulldogs, Edwards hits it. 3:06 to play. Take inside by Northcross, misses the easy lay-in. Out of bounds off of Smith, says the official. So quick stop here for Tennessee Wesleyan. Allows Brown to get a breather. Ames going to check in. Just under 3 to play. Lawson gets the inbounds to White. Across the time stripe to Hames on the pass. She'll get it right back to White. High post feed to Edwards. One dribble, kicks to White, who circles around. Layup on the left side. Will draw her 2 shots coming up. Good little give and go right there as Edwards caught it. One dribble and then gave it right back to White, who circled around the top of the key. White's going to step to the line. First free throw for Jordan is good. She is a 57% shooter on the season. 25-17. Back to an 8-point game. Closest it's been, or the furthest it's been, since the end of the first quarter. White misses the second one and then quickly goes in to get the tie up on the rebound. It'll go to Bluefield either way. 94 feet to go. Gunner looking, bounces it in into the hands of Wynn. Wynn double teamed in the backcourt. Lindsay stole it for a moment, or deflected it enough, but Northcross now with it in the front court for Bluefield. She'll bring it back out front. Coach Wright calling out the signals. High post feed to Gunner. She'll ball fake to the left, dribble to the right, and hand it off to Smith, who gets smacked on the arm on the drive. So this one's going to be the second on Edwards. Second on the Lady Bulldogs in the quarter. Howard back in here for Tennessee Wesleyan. She's got one foul. Hames with one foul. Ball loose. Bluefield rolled it. Not kind of drawn up that way, but it ends up rolling out to the AAC logo near side, and they recover it. Shield steps into a three off to the right. Anna Smith right there again for Bluefield. This time her put back off the side of the backboard. Loose ball picked up here by White. White, now they feed it into Howard. Howard lost the handle, had the ball above her head, trying to make a move inside. Quickly up the floor, Northcross into the paint. Layup on the right side, off the mark. Smith, Anna Smith, another putback. 1:41 to play. There's a timeout. We'll just stay here with you through it. Tennessee Wesleyan Lady Bulldogs leading this one 25-19. Started out on a 10-0 run against Bluefield, and Bluefield rattled off 5 straight points before the Lady Bulldogs could add 2 more field goals. 3-ball has been a specialty for Tennessee Wesleyan all year, against second in the conference, but they have struggled to knock down the 3-point shots here early in this ball game. That's something that maybe credit to the days being off. Coach Smith did mention pregame to me walking around that he felt like practice had been good. So he was interested to see what happens. At least the first 5 minutes looked good, but we've gone cold offensively. Hames mishandling the dribble a couple of times. She'll get it out to Howard. Shot clock at 15. Here's White, gets it to Lawson, right wing. Back to Hames on the right wing. Shot might have got deflected. Anna Smith right there in there for the rebound. Lady Rams will clear it out. Northcross going to take the point. Double high screen coming from both Lauren Bragg and Rosado. Crossover. Northcross to the right side. Lawson got a hand on it. Gets the rebound too. So good stop there by Tally Lawson. She'll bring it all the way up the court. Gets to the right side and draws the foul on the drive. This one's going to be on Rosado. Her first, team third of the quarter. So Lady Bulldogs inbounded off the hands of Jordan White. Into Howard, back to White, and she had it out of bounds off of Northcross. He signaled white ball, and it's going to be Wesley. Yeah, the official on the baseline has not changed his call. They'll stop play to reset the shot clock here, it looks like. 26 on the shot clock, they reset it. 46.6 showing on the game clock. White quickly in to Lawson, top of the key. That one rattles in and out. Several of them have looked good, just cannot get them to drop. Lady Bulldogs now shooting 4 of 17. And a timeout on the court by Bluefield with 32.2 remaining. Wesleyan up 25-19. We'll take a 30-second break with them. Back in 30 seconds. Bluefield with the ball, 25 seconds to go. Northcross controlling it for Bluefield. Quick pass, deflected. Wesleyan didn't recover, and they're going to commit the foul. Had the pass deflected and looked like they were going to get the steal. The foul's going to be the second on Howard with 17.3 remaining. Step into the line, Snavely drops the first one in. 5-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs. Snavely's second one. 65% shooter. Makes both of them. 4-point lead. Wesleyan can work it up the floor quickly. Lindsay back in. As Hames will set. Lawson gets it in to Brown. Brown mishandles it, gets it right back. Hands it off to White. White with 11 seconds as she crosses half court. 8 seconds to go. White looking for a screen from Howard. Gets it. White all the way in. Right side off the glass is good for Jordan White. Looked like a for sure turnover about to happen in the backcourt by the Lady Bulldogs. And with a second left as the buzzer is now sounded, Tennessee Wesleyan takes a 6-point lead into the locker room. 27-21. Looked like a turnover was happening, and they recover well and then send it into the hands of Jordan White, who rolls down the court, gets all the way to the right side from the left side of the floor, and converts the lay-in at the buzzer. So at the end of the second quarter, Tennessee Wesleyan up 27-21. Let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back with some first half stats and an interview. Back in 2 minutes.
SQ.
Back here from James L. Robb Gymnasium, we're at halftime here of this makeup date. Originally, this game was supposed to be played a few Saturdays ago, Tennessee Wesleyan and Bluefield. Then they changed the date. Bluefield, and I think it was more of a day that Bluefield got into a lot of the weather, and Tennessee Wesleyan, at least in the Athens area, didn't have as much. But 4-hour trip by Bluefield coming down highway or Interstate 77, 81, 40, and then 75. Making the trip down today for this Appalachian Athletic Conference doubleheader. And appreciate y'all tuning in as we worked through an earlier start time and had just some things to get worked out. But we're here. Lady Bulldogs leading it at half, 27-21, as it's been forever ago since we have seen Tennessee Wesleyan and anybody play basketball. Even McMinn's games got postponed to Friday as well. And so a lot of basketball to get made up here as we get down the stretch in the postseason. But again, the Lady Bulldogs trying to make better positioning of their conference standings in 8th place here today if they can continue this lead over Bluefield and expand it back into double digits. But right now we're going to take a moment and talk to a member of the men's team who finds themselves after a tough win at Bryan 2 Wednesdays ago, I guess now, but Zaylen Callahan has joined us. Bulldogs, Zaylen, they come in 8-8 overall. They're going to face off against a Bluefield team that's struggling 3-10 as well on the men's side. So obviously, Zaylen, let's talk about this first. How good is it to finally get a game back ready to play here?
It's been too long. Like, at this point in the season, everybody knows, like, practice is cool, but I just want to play games. I want to go out there and play. So, yeah, I'm happy to be back.
Nice. Obviously, you all a lot of y'all are on campus, so maybe what was the practice like for you all over this 10, 11-day break that y'all had? What was that like for you all?
Really just sharpening what we were doing wrong and making sure we're staying in game shape. That was really, like, our key this break, so just staying in game shape, getting up and down. So started this game, we can keep picking it back up and play like nothing happened.
Did y'all have any trouble getting to the gym any of those days? Or was practice canceled due to weather or anything like that?
We had practice pushed back a couple times, and it might have got canceled 1 or 2 days, but beside that, it was just like delayed because of the weather. But
I had a couple of days off from classes as well, maybe helped that as well.
Yes, it was great.
So you didn't practice every day, I take it?
No, sir.
Has the team, I know y'all probably room together, stuff like that, but were y'all able to just kind of stay connected throughout this break that y'all have had, even off the court?
Yes, sir, most definitely. I think, like, it's good to have a connection with your team outside of basketball, and it's important, especially, like, this stretch of the season. Like, this is where we need to be bonded the most, and we got a good time to do that away from basketball and with basketball.
So, obviously, you're one of the handful of seniors on this ball club for Randy Casey in his second season. Of course, you came in, been here for a number of years. I lose track with everybody getting an extra year here and there. It's hard to keep track anymore. But you hail from Powder Springs, Georgia. So talk to us a little bit, Powder Springs, Georgia to Athens, Tennessee. What was that move like? What drew you to Tennessee Wesleyan to play basketball?
Really, my previous coach, Stone brought me in and gave me a chance, and really just the transition was easy. I mean, obviously I had older guards ahead of me for those years because when I came in, the COVID years, I had to deal with that. But, like, I really just soaked up all the information I could, and now giving it back to the freshmen just like they did to me.
Yeah, you've had several. Amari Young, Ray Tyler back in the day, so several of those guys. And you mentioned the COVID year. I don't know, you might have 2 more years. I don't know by the way it goes. But obviously, former Coach Ray Stone, who's assistant athletic director here, and played here as well. So good thing to bring you up. Now, being Powder Springs, Georgia, how often family, any friends get up here to watch you play? How often do you catch people up here?
My dad lives in Cleveland, so my dad gets to come to all my games. And then my mom, for the most part, she'll come to all the games too. So, like, my core family, they get to see me, which I like.
That's not bad, just 30 minutes down the road. So, obviously, it's kind of been a tough go here, kind of up and down. You all started out on such a hot streak. I think won the first 7, maybe 7, 8 games, something like that, after a loss against Tennessee Southern. But y'all just kind of rattled off several wins. But then there's been some that you've blown the lead and some you've had to come back like Brian. What is it about this team that you still think can get it done in this conference and maybe come home with a conference title? What is it about this team?
I think really, like, we're talented and we're a deep roster. So, like, at times we hurt ourselves and it's ourselves. Like, I haven't felt like we've gotten beat by the other team a lot this year. And so now it's just learning and, like you said, taking the punches and continuing. Like, a win's a win. So however it looks, a win's a win.
Well, I talked to Coach Casey about that after the Bryan game because, it's a game where Bryan leads pretty much the whole time. And then with about a minute and a half left, y'all take the lead and you win the game. So there's no pictures. They say on the scorecard in golf, there's no pictures when you see the win column. So talk to us about that. How was that game for you all as a player, and especially as a senior? Bryan, a longtime rival, what was that like, the intensity of that game?
Yeah, obviously that's probably, like, the most fun game to play in because of the environment, their crowds talking and all of that. Like, and previously we've struggled there or, like, it's here and there, but I feel like that game, like, in my mind, we were never going to lose. It was really just about us when it's going to click.
Had to finally get over that hump and get the lead because you had several trips to try to do it. Obviously, this Bluefield team comes in a little bit kind of on the bottom half of the conference standings, but it's not a team. I don't know, what has Coach Casey and Coach Tall helped y'all? How have y'all prepared for a Bluefield team that's struggling?
I mean, really, they just emphasize it'd be about us, and we just need to take care. Like, we do what we supposed to do on the defensive end. We bring the energy. Like, we'll be all right. We can handle them.
Obviously, you're here kind of as a senior student athlete. Let's talk a little bit about school. We referenced that you've had a couple of days off from classes, most likely. Maybe some online classes still happen. But what's the course of major? Remind us here and kind of what you're studying to graduate with.
I'm in sports management, and I got a minor in sports psychology. And right now, I want to like aspire to be like a video coordinator or get into like player development for basketball.
So when you talk video coordinator, you talking doing it with a program at like the NCAA level, or is it, maybe start your own practice and coaching off to the side?
I would say like NCAA level or like team level. Like, I've been trying to look at like G League stuff and G League teams and try to learn the most. But whatever it'll take me, really.
Hey, you referenced G League. There's NCAA guys or professional guys coming back to the collegiate level at the NCAA mark, so you never know who you're scouting. You might be scouting somebody for the other. Talk to us, what is it about the video coordinator, kind of that job and that role at the D1 level that really appeals to you? What is it?
I just like breaking down film, and I like learning from like the basketball game itself. So like Coach Tall, our assistant coach, he does like basically that for us now. And it's just learning stuff, and I think film tells you so much. Like, you can learn from your mistakes, you know what you do better, and try not to make the mistake twice is a big thing.
Obviously, teams, as technology has evolved, use quite a bit of footage and things like that. Not only used to be you got film on the other team and stuff, now you're getting a lot more film and analytics on your own players and stuff like that. So what is a film session with? I know Coach Tall, I've heard a lot about him in these. Is he and Coach Casey a little different in the way they address the video aspect side of it, or are they both intense?
Tall is not as intense. Like, Tall is more so like, we're going to get like, I guess like the details, we're going to get the visuals, and then Casey's going to punch it home, if that makes sense.
No literal punches thrown,
yeah,
but yeah.
Yeah.
But talk to us a little bit about kind of, you can do the video coordinating and all that. Is there a goal to one day, be a head coach somewhere, coach at high school, middle school, collegiate level? Is that kind of the path you want to go?
As of right now, I would say no. Like, I'm more so like, I would want to be like a trainer or like in that realm instead of like taking on the whole team. But if the opportunity came, I wouldn't decline it though.
You never know where you'll end up years from now. But, well, Zaylin, we appreciate you joining us. Obviously, looking for a big game from the Bulldogs to make it 2 wins in a row. I say that lightly, but it's serious. In this conference on the men's side, these teams in the top 10 who qualify for the conference tournament, there's not much that separates them. I mean, I look down the list here, Wesleyan at 7-5 in the conference, sitting just behind CIU that's 8-5, and then you got Columbia behind them 8-6. And then you got Union 7-6, 7-7, Montreat and Bryan. So any game off here and there could really hinder the standings here. But you all have it in front of you here tonight with Bluefield coming in. So wish you the best of luck. Appreciate you joining us.
Yes, sir.
So
thank you.
Good luck, Zaylin.
Thank you.
Zaylin Callahan, or Zay as they call him, from Powder Springs, Georgia, one of the handful of seniors, 5 to be exact, on this Bulldogs team. Ty Runyon, Tariq Islamovic, and Charles Neverdon, along with Stratton Lavorne and Zaylin Callahan. They're seniors here for Randy Casey and his ball club. Again, they will have Bluefield men coming up after the ladies' game is over. They'll have a break in between, of course. But the men of Tennessee Wesleyan look to make it 2 wins in a row, the first time that they will match up against Bluefield this season. So it's so many teams in the conference, it kind of changes when and where you match up with these teams anymore. So let's look at your first half stats here as both teams are back out of the locker room ready to go, or finishing their warm-ups, not ready to go yet. But Tennessee Wesleyan, as they started out 10-0 run, they shooting kind of slacks off a little bit. They've only knocked down 1 more 3 since that time. They were 4 of 18 from behind the arc, 22%, well below their 33%. Bluefield yet to knock down 1, 0 for 6 from the field altogether. Bluefield 9 of 33, 27%. Tennessee Wesleyan 11 of 30, 36%. Free throws, both teams shooting 50%. Tennessee Wesleyan only 1 of 2. Bluefield 3 of 6. Turnovers very low for both teams, 5 and 6. Bluefield wins that one by 1. And Wesleyan has received 4 points off of the 5 turnovers by the Lady Rams, 5 points off of turnovers by the Bulldogs. And then rebounding, it is Bluefield. They have crushed the offensive rebounding category 10 offensive rebounds, 13 defensive for a total of 23 compared to the Lady Bulldogs 19. 14 of those on the defensive end. Wesleyan has assisted on a little under half of their made shots, 5 of 11. Only 1 for Bluefield out of the 9 they have made. Both teams 2 steals apiece. Fouls 5 and 4 in favor of Bluefield being 1 less. And their bench has outscored Tennessee Wesleyan by 9, 17 to 8, and that's a lot. And actually Anna Smith wholeheartedly doing it. She's got 9.7 rebounds to lead Bluefield already. And she has kind of been their weapon off the bench. On the other side for Tennessee Wesleyan, it's Cameron Brown leading the way, 8 points for the freshman guard. She's got a rebound. Leading rebounder is Sloan Carpenter, the point guard, has 6 boards already. A lot of those coming on the defensive end. She's got 2 assists. 5 points, 3 boards for Lindsay, 4 points, 3 boards, 2 assists for Tally Lawson. So we get set to start the third quarter here. Lady Bulldogs with the ball. They'll work it from our right to our left. Carpenter, Howard, Lawson, Lindsay, and Brown. Backdoor feed to Lindsay over the head of the defender. Lindsay's turnaround jumper no good. Carpenter with their 7th rebound of the ball game early here. Lawson catches it out on the wing. Back to Carpenter. Carpenter one dribble and drive quickly. Howard left wide open. Hesitated, expected a defender to be there and missed the little floater from inside the lane. Missed chance on the first possession by the Lady Bulldogs. 27-21. Bluefield not going away, even though they are last place in the conference currently and only 2 conference wins, trying to make an upset here and push Wesleyan back in the standings. North Cross goes baseline. Anna Smith gets the start in the second half, but she will travel before she can get a shot off. So Wesleyan will avoid the Bluefield score there. It's going to be Carpenter to bring it up the floor. Again, this series, Wesleyan leads at 27-11. Currently on a 3-game winning streak against Bluefield. Carpenter bounces it near corner to Brown. Brown back to Carpenter. Carpenter drives inside, kicks back to Lawson. Lawson now with it. Ball fake, skips it across court to Lindsay, open for the 3, no good. North Cross is down. Maybe a twisted ankle or something. Looked like just kind of got turned around on a spin move, but Bluefield's going to get substitution in. Charlie Wynn into the ball game, the freshman guard out of Roanoke, Virginia, and Salem High School. Again, 27-21. Tennessee Wesleyan leading this one against Bluefield, as neither team has found the scoring column here to start the third quarter. A minute, 20 some odd seconds gone already, 22 to be exact. As Kelly Seekins, Director of Athletic Medicine here at Sports Medicine here at Tennessee Wesleyan, out there along with Coach Wright for Bluefield as they help North Cross up, and Coach Wright will return to the huddle, so maybe just hit her head on the floor there. But again, the guys' game coming up after this one, as North Cross is going to get to her feet here. Kelly going to point her to the side over here so she can check that out. So Bluefield again will get Charlie Wynn into the ball game. A lot of freshmen on this team for Bluefield as well, just like Tennessee Wesleyan does. Bluefield going to have it moving from our left to our right, going towards the Depot Hill side of Highway 30. It's going to be Wynn out front, picks up her dribble, looking to get it out, and she double dribbles. Wesleyan wasn't even applying a lot of full court pressure. It was just a matter of just letting her make a mistake there. So here's Carpenter across the Bulldog logo. Feed in to Lindsay. Quick touch pass to Howard, and another missed shot by the Lady Bulldogs. Still struggling to find the bottom of the basket. Both teams looking for their first points of the third quarter. High post feed to Gunner. She'll hand it off quickly to Snavely. She'll send it over to Joseph, who drives. There's Anna Smith with the putback, and Bluefield hits the board first here. 4-point lead for Tennessee Wesleyan, 27-23. Lindsay will circle it back out. Goes left wing. Brown lobs it into Howard. Joseph, looked like she traveled with it. Still got the ball. She'll turn around and give it to Elle Gunner now. Elle sends it near side to Wynn. A couple of Bluefield fans or family members making the trip down. Setting off to our right. Snavely inside, kicks it to Joseph. Joseph, three-pointer off the back of the iron. Lawson skies for it. Crossover gets her free of the defender. Now to Lindsay in transition. Brown open from the Coach Farmer and Stan Harrison court logo, and the ball's going to be collected in the corner by Smith. So Wesleyan still without a point here in the third quarter as we approach 3 minutes played. Lead it by 4. Led it by 6 at the end of the first half. Gunner calling it out. Now it's Smith with it on the left wing. Ball fake. Puts it on the floor trying to get past Howard. Howard had some straight up defense, but they'll say the foul was on the floor. At least the baseline official that called it. Yep, that's going to be the third on Howard though. Edwards, Haynes, and White check in for Wesleyan. Carpenter, Lindsay, and Howard will take a seat. So Gunner to inbound to under her own basket. Quick inbound to Smith. Fadeaway jumper off the mark. Short, but an offensive board for Joseph. Possession arrow on the call. We'll keep it with Bluefield. Gunner's not going to inbound at this time. Instead, it will be Wynn that switches places with her. 15 seconds to shoot. Waiting on Bluefield to move. Joseph near corner launches the three. It's short, chased her on rebound, tipped it over to Gunner. So another opportunity here for Bluefield to continue an offensive threat. Smith, now pass intercepted by Haynes. Good anticipation there by Leslie Haynes. Saw it coming out of the corner. Deflected it. Wesleyan into the paint. Three-pointer launched in the near corner. Missed the three. Rebound by Brown is good, and the putback is good. Hal Brown was able to get that shot off underneath a couple of defenders. One getting the rebound and then getting the shot off. Hand off to Snavely. Now to Gunner. Gunner drives left side, runs over Haynes. It's going to be a blocking foul on Haynes, her second. Team's second of the quarter. So Gunner will inbound it once again. Shields back in here for Bluefield. And number 5, O'Quinn. Edwards picks up Smith. Now Lawson guarding Shields with the ball. Shields gets around the screen from Gunner and drills the 15-footer. Bluefield back to within 4. Lady Bulldogs going to push it quickly into the front court. White in control. Aaron Brown keep it on the right side. Now the high post feed to Edwards. Brown goes baseline back to Edwards. She'll fire the 15-footer from the far wing, and it's good. Little drive and dish there by the Lady Bulldogs. Puts it back to a 6-point game. Still just 2 possessions. Shields lost the handle, regains it. She'll dish it off to Snavely. Three-pointer by Shields on the give and go is good. And Bluefield not going away. It's a 3-point game. Closest it has been since the start of this one. Wesleyan jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Edwards with it on the left elbow. Kicks it up to Haynes. Three-pointer launched by Haynes. Bounces up and off the glass on the rim. Top of the key, Gunner with it. Thought about the three. She'll lob it down low to Smith. Smith fadeaway jumper missed. Brown and Haynes on the defense there. 4:22 to go in the third quarter. High post feed to Edwards. Wesleyan clinging to a 3-point lead. Backdoor cut by Haynes, and she misses the handle. It goes under her hand, and 4:12 to go. We'll have our first media timeout of the third quarter. Wesleyan clinging to a 3-point lead 31-28. We'll be back in 60 seconds, back in 60. WGSQ WLAR, Athens, Tennessee. Jared right here. Also online, WGSQWLAR.com. Bluefield with the inbounds. Wesleyan only leading by 3. Wesleyan gets the steal. Reverse layup by Lindsay, no good. Ball still tipped around. Possession arrow should be Wesleyan's. Nope. Actually, it should be. Will be red ball, so Bluefield will keep it. So Bluefield will have it underneath Wesleyan's goal. 4:04 to play. Deflected out of bounds. Wesleyan got Aubrey Long, who corralled the steal after the trap by Hames and Lindsay in that far corner. Long, the junior guard out of Benton, Tennessee. Bounce pass into Shields. She'll get it back to Gunner. Wesleyan applying that full court pressure. Pass intercepted here by Hames in the backcourt. Gets it to White. White into the paint. Finds Long near corner for 3. Short. Rebound collected by O'Quinn. She'll dribble it out quickly across the midcourt. White's going to try to save it, but it'll be out of bounds to Bluefield. Trying to get it up to Snavely in transition. So Joseph will enter as O'Quinn will check out. Wesleyan shooting 31% from the field, 17% from behind the arc. 3:40 to go in the third, 31-28. Lady Bulldogs in front. Smith with the ball on the top of the key. 15 foot off the left side, no good. White collects it, she'll push the pace. No look pass over to Long in the far corner, back to White. Edwards has it into the paint. Out to Hames, short baseline jumper deflected. Offensive rebound by Lindsay. She'll kick it out to White, who misses the jumper. Now a pass by Hames, and the shot by Long will draw the foul shot. Hames might have gotten away with a travel there, but Wesleyan will take it. Gunner will pick up her first for the team here in the third quarter. 3:08 to play. Long, first free throw is good. Reese makes it a 2-possession game. 32-28. And both of them are good. 33-28. Still backcourt pressure. Joseph dribbles through 2 defenders. Jemiah Joseph. She'll keep control of it. Screen coming from Smith instead. Opposite side. Joseph with it. Now spins out of trouble and gets the pass out. Shot clock down to 8. Shields trying to drive. Backdoor cut by Joseph. She misses the lay-in, and Wesleyan will get the rebound and another stop. Looked like the defense had collapsed on the ball handler and left the back door open, but Joseph just missed the easy lay-in. Here's White. Takes it down the right side of the paint quickly. And the Lady Bulldogs back in front by 7. 2:20 to go in the third. Trying to get back in the win column. Shields calling for the screen from Smith. Now she'll bounce it to her, away from the basket. Smith, fade away from the left side is good. Anna Smith continues to be the bright spot for Bluefield here. She's been lights out. Shoots 38% from the field on the season. Edwards with it for the Lady Bulldogs. Wesleyan down low to Edwards, fade away, hook shot over Smith, no good. Long gets the rebound, but before that a foul called on Elle Gunner. Her third, team second of the quarter. Lawson back in here. She'll replace Hames. Wynn and Maddie Day back in here for Bluefield as Shields and Snavely will sit. Again, reminder the guys' game coming up after this one. Bounce pass into Lindsay. Back it goes to the inbounder and White. Layup no good on the left side. White, a little uncharacteristic of her to miss that one. Now she'll help try to provide a turnover in the backcourt. Instead, Gunner able to get away from it. Minute 25 to go in the third. Joseph sends it right side. Day thought about the three. Wynn. Now it's Day with it in the far corner. Right side, Joseph drives. Throws the shot up off the glass and draws the foul with a minute 6 to play. And that foul was on Aubrey Long. Picks up her first, team third of the quarter. So a 3-point game, 35-32. 106 showing on the game clock. Samaya Joseph makes it a 3-point play. 2-point game. Bluefield trying to show some pressure here. They last played on the 29th. Wesleyan last played on the 21st. Edwards gets the scoop and the score from the right side of the paint. 2-possession game. Here's the third quarter winding down. Under 45 seconds we go. And a travel called by Day. Coaching staff for Bluefield wanted the foul call, but Wesleyan did a good job between White and Lawson of just getting back and preventing that layup. It forced Day into dragging her pivot foot. Lawson with it. 34 seconds on the game clock, 20 on the shot. Edwards takes a long two. Just inside the arc, missed it, and White nearly steps in the passing lane. Actually had it and then lost the handle of it out of bounds. 26.7 remaining here in the third. 37-33. Inbounds coming from Joseph. Far corner, she sends it. Day jumps. Now they'll send it up to Joseph. She'll hold it with 16 seconds to go in the quarter. Bluefield wants the last shot. Joseph goes to the left elbow. Step back jumper for Joseph, no good. Smith collecting the long rebound. 1 second to go. Smith's going to heave it. That's going to hit the top of the backboard. So Bluefield not going away. Throw the records out the window here. They lead Tennessee Wesleyan in the third quarter 12-10 to make it a 37-33 game. Here as we head to the fourth and final quarter from James L. Robb. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back in 60.
.7 WJSQ.
10 minutes to decide this Appalachian Athletic Conference women's basketball game between Bluefield and Tennessee Wesleyan. The Lady Bulldogs get outscored 12-10 in the second and the third quarter, which has cut that first quarter lead of 8 in half. Lawson out front with it, along with White, Long, Edwards, and Lindsay. Lawson guarded tightly by Bluefield, tried the up and under move, short on the layup. Now her and Lindsay trying to double team on the baseline against Smith, who got the rebound. Far side of the floor, Shields up into the front court, pass deflected, ball on the ground. And Coach Wright's going to get the timeout as his player Elizabeth Smith, another freshman forward, went diving for it. And so we're going to go ahead and take the media timeout here. So 30 seconds into the fourth quarter, we'll be back in 60 seconds, back in 60. .32 remaining here in this women's basketball game. Wesleyan leading by 4, 37-33. It's Bluefield's ball underneath. Look at the end of Joseph. She'll fire the quick 18-footer off the mark. Rebounded, collected here by Jordan White. 2-on-1 break for Wesleyan. The feed to Edwards, layup. No good on the right side, but she will get 2 shots coming her way. And that one's going to be on Shields, her first, team first of the quarter. Rosado coming back in here for Bluefield. She'll replace Elizabeth Smith. We'll take a seat. And so Jada Edwards transferring in from Freed Harmon. Knocks down the first free throw. Makes it a 5-point game. Still under a minute played. Second free throw, no good. Lindsay trying to steal it away. Now Long got a hand on it. Edwards picks up the loose ball. Too strong on the putback by Edwards and out of bounds off of Wesleyan. It's a good job by Long to kind of get the hand in there on Anna Smith. That's been their go-to player. She's got 13 points. Lob into Joseph. White and Lindsay trying to trap her in the backcourt. Bounce pass across the time stripe up to Shields. It goes left wing. Now into the paint on the left side. Hard hit on the floor, but she'll get 2 shots. And Jalea Lindsay's going to pick up her first, team first of the quarter. Shields will step to the line, 5 points tonight. Smith with a double-double, 13 and 12. Lead Bluefield. Wesleyan's Cameron Brown as she comes back to the scorer's table. 10 points, 2 boards so far. First free throw by Shields is off the mark. Second one is in there. 38-34. Cameron Brown, the leading scorer right now in this one. And the second team, leading team scorer, her and Jalea Lindsay both of them on the left side of the floor right now. No look feed into Edwards. Touch pass to Lawson on the back door. Cut. Thing of beauty right there. Drew it up perfectly. 8:50 to go. Wesleyan in front, 40-34. Smith catches it just at midcourt and then travels with it. Pleads her case to the official, but that'll be a turnover. See if Wesleyan can take advantage. The 13th turnover by Bluefield. Wesleyan with 8 of them so far. Minute 20 played in the fourth. Edwards, elbow extended on the right. Had to pull the pass back. She'll get it to Lawson. Lawson open for 3, missed it. Ball loose on the ground. Several players diving for it. We've got a foul called on Lindsay for Tennessee Wesleyan. Her second, team second. Jordan White looking for that one. Explanation. She didn't like it. Coach Smith trying to get the explanation here as well. Good hustle play by Lindsay and White trying to scoop up a loose ball. Joseph gets the pass up to Shields. She'll cross the time stripe. Smith, now recovery by Jordan White, deflects it to the baseline. Had Rosado down low, wide open. Gunner going to key it in underneath. 21 showing on the shot clock. Plenty of time for Bluefield. Wesleyan leading by 6. Rosado backing her way into the paint against Edwards. Steps across, misses the jumper. Edwards right there with her. Just good straight up defense. Forced a fadeaway. Here's Brown to Lindsay, back to Brown. Had open look, but the way the 3 ball's been going under, let's see, 16.7% for the Lady Bulldogs. Maybe trying to pass up on those. Anna Smith anticipated it, gets the fast break still. Layup on the right side is good for Bluefield. Back to a 4-point game. Wesleyan turns it over as well in the backcourt. 7:35 to go. Pass got away from Wesleyan, so Bluefield trying to go back-to-back points here. Gunner gets it into Joseph. Joseph guarded by Brown. Lawson will switch off. We're wanting to get it into Anna Smith or Rosado down low. Instead it goes Gunner, high post. She'll dribble left, spin right, layup no good. Ball battled for, possession arrow will give it to Bluefield, or keep it here. 3 seconds on the shot clock. It doesn't reset because they don't change ends of the floor. So Wesleyan just going to have to be smart here to defend this one well. Don't come away with a foul. Gunner inbounds it. They'll reset. Premature horn there, so I think they'll reset the play altogether, go back to 3 seconds on the shot clock. So shot clock is at 3. 7:13 on the game clock. Yep, officials give the thumbs up, so Bluefield will retry it here. Of course, they were trying to go to Anna Smith on the near wing. Inbounds comes to Joseph, far block. Joseph gets the bucket at the buzzer. It's a 2-point game once again. Bluefield having the momentum here in the second half. Lawson fakes the 3, drives, no look pass back to Edwards, jumper off the back of the iron, and no one but Anna Smith coming away with it for Bluefield. She traveled with it. White, good defense there, just hesitation defense as White grins ear to ear about it. She kind of just showed like she was going to defend Smith and made her pick up her dribble and got out of the way, not even close to a foul, and Smith traveled. 6:48 to go, 2-point game. Wesleyan trying to keep it a 2-possession game. Lawson, 3-pointer off the mark. Edwards got the long rebound. She'll send it back out front. Over to White, gets a screen from Edwards. Bounce pass down to Edwards. She'll draw the 2-shot foul coming. Good ball movement there. As Gunner's going to pick up her 4th for the Lady Rams, the 2nd on Bluefield. Smith will exit. And it will be Day that returns. And Edwards makes the first one. Wesleyan trying to knock the rust off a little bit. And so many days off. 42-38, leading it by 4. 6.5 to go. Bluefield with the ball. It's going to be Gunner with 4 fouls. Dribbles it and passes it off to the far corner today. Lawson's going to get the hand check foul underneath here for the Lady Bulldogs. It's her first and the third on the Lady Bulldogs in the quarter. It'll be Joseph underneath once again, the freshman guard trying to inbound it. Bluefield gets it in the far wing today. Dribbles to the high post, keeps the dribble alive. Lawson just blocks the shot. Good defense by Tally Lawson right there. Lindsay chased down the loose ball. Lawson drive, kick to Lindsay. Now Edwards, high post, back to Brown. Sets a screen for Brown and a legal screen on Jada Edwards. Her third, team fourth on the Lady Bulldogs. Full court pressure shown by Tennessee Wesleyan. Courtney Berry in for Edwards, who's got 3. Inbounds to Joseph. Back to Shields it goes. Lindsay's going to pick her up at half court. Under 6 minutes to play. It's a 4-point game. White guarding Joseph. 5-second call had started. Joseph now backs up, resets it. Joseph into the arc. Now kicks it back out to Gunner. In it goes to Rosado. Rosado's pass intercepted, and then a foul called on the floor. And this one's going to be on Rosado. Gabriela Rosado gets her second, team 4th. Good job by Wesleyan to try to double team her, Berry, and Lawson with the help defense there. Got her to turn it over and then commit the foul. 5.5 to go. White brings it near side. Berry sets a screen. White goes all the way down the right side, and she'll get 2 shots. This one might be the third. Yep, on Rosado. Team 5th. Snavely and O'Quinn will come back to the ball game here for Bluefield. Rosado and Shields will exit. So Jordan White back at the line. And 1 for 2 makes this one, so 2 for 3 now. 5:23 to go. And White misses that one, so she'll remain 50% on the evening. 43-38. Here's O'Quinn, takes a 3, near corner, missed it. Backside rebound by Jalea Lindsay. Lindsay will push it up, bounces it to Brown. High post feed. Now Lawson, ball fake, back to Berry, but Berry had moved away from the high post. So turnover here by the Lady Bulldogs. Joseph, way up on the left side, just too strong over the other side of the goal. Wesleyan will avoid the points off of turnovers. Berry, backdoor feed down to Jordan White, and she somehow throws it high off the glass, and it takes a couple of bounces and falls for her. 7-point lead now. Wesleyan trying to push this one closer to double digits. Bluefield seeing a 2-3 zone by the Lady Bulldogs. Day takes a 3 at the top, missed it off the right side of the backboard. Lawson's going to have it. Lawson takes it all the way in. Layup on the left side is good for Tally Lawson. 9-point advantage, 4:05 to play. Lawson got that rebound and saw nobody was going to stop her. High post feed to Gunner. Now Joseph, top of the key on the pass back. She drills the 3-pointer. That is only the second of the ball game for Bluefield. Still a 6-point game. 3:40 to go. 47-41. Berry in the block. Gets it to a cutting Lindsay. Hops to the right side. Takes the layup. Good off the glass. 3.5 to go. 8-point game. White going to pressure Joseph at midcourt. High post feed into Gunner. Lindsay help defense. Looks like trying to commit Gunner to get an offensive foul for her 5th. Barry and White switch off on the screen. Near corner, Snavely with it. Throws it away. Gunner tiptoes the base or the half line to get it. Shot clock down to 0. And the shot clock violation on Bluefield. With under 3 to play, we've got a media timeout once again. Wesleyan up 49-41. We'll be back in 60 seconds, back in 60. Back here from Dwayne Farmer and Stan Harrison Court. 2:59 exactly shown on the game clock. Lady Bulldogs leading this one 49-41 now. 8-point lead. Coach Smith here for the Lady Bulldogs asking about his timeouts. He's got 3 of them with under 3 to play. Bluefield only has 1 remaining. Saw that asked earlier. Edwards, Brown, Lawson, White, and Lindsay, the 5 for the Lady Bulldogs. Another turnover here in the front court. Lady Bulldogs up to 12 already. Bluefield's gotten 9 points off of them so far. Snavely gets it to Joseph. She's been running the point here in the fourth quarter. Coach Jake Wright and his ball club, assisted by Ethan Rainwater, as they work to try to claw back into this one. A missed 3 there by Joseph. She'd knocked down a big one a moment ago to cut it to a 2-point game. Here's Lindsay, top of the key. Gets it to White. White around the screen from Edwards. Lawson open for 3 in the far corner, and it's in there. There's the largest lead of the ball game. Couldn't come at a better time. 11-point advantage, 52-41. Clock hits 2 minutes. Lady Bulldogs back to man-to-man. O'Quinn with it on the far corner. Walks it back to the top of the key. Backdoor cut by Gunner. Layup no good. Edwards tried to get the rebound. Instead, she's going to draw her 4th foul, and it's a 3-point play coming for Elle Gunner. 9-point lead, 1:47 to play. Brown will exit. Aubrey Long back in here for the Lady Bulldogs. One of the top free throw shooters. Of course, Brown is as well. Free throw missed. Edwards collects the loose ball. Now White nearly had the pass in front of her stolen by Joseph. Coach Smith just says, hey, back it out. Let's run some clock here. 1:35 to go. Lawson baseline. She feeds it out to Edwards. 15-footer by Edwards rolls off the rim. Looked good the whole way. Wesleyan clinging 52-43. 3-possession game, but at the least. Bluefield has it in the hands of Wynn. She'll get it down low to Smith. Back to her they go. Jumper on the left side of the lane is good. And it's a 7-point game, 52-45. Bluefield calls the timeout with 1:09 remaining. It'll be a full timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back in 60. 94 feet to go for the Lady Bulldogs, leading at 52-45. Nearly turned it over in the backcourt. Carpenter and White in the backcourt. The clock now hits a minute exactly to play. Shot clock at 21, and Bluefield going to commit the foul. This one's going to be on Charlie Wynn, her first, the fifth. So Carpenter will step to the line. So you've got Carpenter, Lindsay, Edwards, White, and Long, the five for the Lady Bulldogs. Carpenter misses the first free throw. Lawson is the best free throw shooter on the team at 89%. And 87% by Leslie Hames. Carpenter makes the second one. Eight-point game, 53-45. 51 seconds to go. Here's a drive by Joseph, left side of the lane. Looking for help. Off the glass, no good. Lindsay fights for a tough rebound, gets it. She'll clear it out to Carpenter, now up to White. White pushes it into the front court. Gets it out to Carpenter, now back to White. 31 seconds to go. Wesleyan just got to keep the ball, and Carpenter's going to get fouled and go back to the charity stripe. This one's going to be on Joseph, her first. Of course, the team already at 5. Bluefield's going to get a trio in, as Carpenter's going to step back to the line. Lawson into the game here for the Lady Bulldogs. She'll replace Lindsay. Again, Lawson the best free throw shooter, but with an 8-point lead, if Carpenter makes both of these, don't expect Bluefield to try to foul anymore, but maybe out. Carpenter makes the first one. No scoring night. Wesleyan averages 67 points a game. Bluefield, though, 52 points a game, more in their realm here. Carpenter misses the second one. Edwards hustles for the offensive rebound, gets it out to White, and draws the foul. This one's going to be on Shields. So 24.5, about 4.1 rolls off the clock. Now Wesleyan can knock down 2 free throws. It's going to be Jada Edwards that'll take those. Not a big sample size, transferring in over the Christmas break. 9 of 13. She'll knock down the first one. 10-point advantage. Second one missed. Lawson trying to get the rebound. Out of bounds off of Bluefield. 22.7 showing. The shot clock goes back on because it stays in the front court. Coach Wright telling them to play it straight up. Lawson going to back it out. Hand it off to Edwards. Coach Wright telling them not to foul. So Wesleyan back into the win column after this one. It was a hard-fought win. The final 5 seconds are rolling off the clock. Shot clock violation. Wesleyan will just take it and give it to Bluefield with 2.3 remaining. Bluefield's just going to inbound it. And Wesleyan going to walk out of here with a double-digit win over Bluefield. 4 in a row over the Lady Rams in their series. And 16-2 against Bluefield here at home. Lady Bulldogs win it 55-45. Bluefield drops to 3-19 overall, 2-12 inside the conference. They're now 1-13 on the road, and back into the loss column they go after the win against Appalachian Bible College. Tennessee Wesleyan, on the other hand, goes 7-12 overall. They are now 6-8 in the conference, 4-6 here at home, and jump back into the win column at a good time as they are trying to gain as much momentum as they can to keep their place in the top 10 of the Appalachian Athletic Conference so they can head to Kingsport for the postseason near the end of February, the end of this month, as we're 2 days here, Groundhog Day into February, as they get the win 55-45 here against Bluefield. Let's go ahead, let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll bring you some final stats and see if Coach Jason Smith can join us back in 2 minutes.
WSQWLAR.
Back here, post-game, Lady Bulldogs come out with a 10-point victory, 55-45. Slow shooting night for them overall. About 7% below their season average of 40%, which is good for fifth in the conference. And, of course, behind the arc, they were nowhere near their season average of 33.7, which is good for second in the conference. But they get the job done here. They shoot 20 of 59, 33.9% from the field. Bluefield, 19 of 61, 31.1% from the field. Behind the arc again, Wesleyan 5 of 26 for that 19.2. Lady Rams 2 of 13, 15.4% from the charity stripe. Wesleyan knocks down free throws at the end when they need to, but still missed 6 of them, 10 of 16 for 62.5%. Bluefield even 50%, 5 of 10 on the evening. Wesleyan commits 12 turnovers, giving 9 points to Bluefield off of those. Wesleyan collects 8 points off of the 15 turnovers by Bluefield. Rebounding category, Bluefield out-rebounds Tennessee Wesleyan 45-40. Had 17 offensive, 28 defensive, 13 offensive, and then 27 defensive for the Lady Bulldogs. Tennessee Wesleyan assisting on 50% of their made shots, 10 out of 20. They share the ball very well. 5 out of 19 for Bluefield. Wesleyan has 2 blocks to 0 in favor of them. They get one more steal, 6-5 over Bluefield. The bench points still Bluefield. Anna Smith, really their driving factor. Their bench outscores Tennessee Wesleyan 33-23. And then second chance points, 16 of points off of those 17 offensive rebounds. Wesleyan does have double-digit points off of the 13 there at 11. And both teams even at 16 points apiece in the paint. Your leading scorers, or individual stats, it will be Anna Smith, as mentioned. She had 17 points, 13 rebounds for Bluefield, the freshman forward. She'll be a force for the next several years there, playing for the Lady Rams. 10 points by Jemiah Joseph, along with 3 boards. Also in double figures of rebounding was Elle Gunter. She had 4 points and 10 boards, and then Chloe Schultz, 6 points, 3 rebounds for her. On the other side for the Lady Bulldogs, it is Tally Lawson converting some big baskets there at the end. She has 11 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists on the evening. 11 points by Jada Edwards, along with 5 boards and an assist. She went 4 of 6 from the charity stripe there towards the end of the game, really helping out that category. 10 points by Cameron Brown and 2 rebounds to her credit, along with an assist. 8 points, 2 boards, and an assist by Jordan White. Jalea Lindsay, 7.7 rebounds. Sloan Carpenter had 2 points, but tied for the lead in rebounds at 7 with Jalea Lindsay there, along with 2 assists. And then 2 points by Julia Howard, 2 rebounds, 2 points, and a rebound by Aubrey Long. Leslie Hames, quiet night offensively, but she had 2 points and then 6 rebounds to go along. And Courtney Berry, 1 rebound and 3 assists to round out the individual scoring for the Lady Bulldogs. Again, not anybody really going off for a lot of points there for the Lady Bulldogs, as they will get the win. And Coach Jason Smith going to make his way up here for us real quick. And we will go ahead and talk to him before we break between games. As let him get the headset on. Coach, we talked pregame. You're a little nervous about this game, and well, it may have lived up to the hype of being a little nervous for you and a little closer for comfort than you might have wanted.
Yeah, most definitely. My wife was sitting behind me, and I told her, you need to go buy some more life insurance.
Uh-oh.
You know, because it was a little bit more stressful than it should have been, and you know, we had a couple of good practices last week, and I thought we'd kind of brushed off the rust a little bit, but it kind of really showed up tonight. Very rusty, and yeah, sometimes, you know, you say the only thing we did right was win the game, and that's pretty much what actually happened.
I was going to say, you kind of win the game in the first 5, maybe 4 minutes. There you go on 10-0 run to start the ball game. You think everything's looking good, but then kind of the 3 ball stopped falling for you all there a little bit. Everybody was clinking it off the back of the iron, but kind of to your point, it just took a team effort to get this win at the free throw line really towards the end as well. But the rebounding, again, giving up a lot of second chance points there for Bluefield, kept them in the game, it felt like.
Yeah, I mean, I think Bluefield did a good job tonight of getting us out of position defensively, and so and then they were crashing the boards, and we were watching and not boxing out. Yeah, so they took advantage of that, and we obviously got to do a better job of that. And, you know, if we shoot the ball like we can shoot it, that game's probably not close, but, you know, you got to bring some defense. We'll be holding to 45 points. I kept telling Jaron, my assistant, during the game, I'm like, if we can just string 2 buckets together, like just 2, if we can get 2 buckets together, I think we're going to win this game, right? And it was just time after time where we couldn't even string 1 bucket, let alone 2.
Well, obviously you've got a quick reset here to get focused, because you've got one of the top teams in the conference coming up this weekend. Or first, actually, you go to Pikeville, which is a top 5 team, but then you also have Milligan on the road. So a couple of road games right here that are tough travel games and tough environments to play in. How do you kind of reset and be ready for those?
Yeah, you kind of just have to forget things. You know, you have a short-term memory on a win or a loss or a bad win like tonight maybe. And, you know, hopefully, because every game just is of itself anyway. I mean, you know, if we make, you know, if we shoot 35% like we can, that game's, we're having a different conversation right now, right? We're talking like, yeah, this is great, but we didn't. So, but, you know, we can come out against Pikeville and shoot 35-40% from the 3, and everybody's going to be happy, right? So it's just a different game. Every game's in of itself. We'll get prepped tomorrow for, you know, but this time of year it's like that. You come in, you get prepped, you go play a game, you wake up, you do it all over again. So it's just back to back to back, especially with the makeup games.
Obviously, Kingsport still in the front view of the team there and what y'all are working to. So we wish you the best of luck on the road this week. We'll be with you on the road at Milligan on Saturday, but good luck in Pikeville, Coach.
All right, thanks, Sheriff.
Appreciate it. It's Coach Jason Smith, as he talked about. The team didn't do anything great tonight, but all they did was win the game, as he said, and that's what they needed to do here against one of the worst teams as far as standings go in the conference. But Bluefield was up for the challenge here on the road in this makeup game, as Wesleyan does end up pulling out the victory 55-45 here on the women's side. So that'll go ahead and wrap us up here. We got the men coming up next. They're going to tip just a little bit after the 7 o'clock hour, it looks like, so up a little bit from the 7:30 normal midday or midweek tip-off. So both teams out here warming up, but they'll get some time in between the games here. But that'll wrap us up here. Wesleyan women win it 55-45. We'll send it back to Handsome Dan in the studio right now. Back to you.